Hi, my name is Olivia Smith, and today I will be talking to you about off-campus housing. So on-campus housing is very convenient for a lot of students. It's right next to the classes, it's right next to where you're going to be eating, so it's very convenient. But for students who are wanting to get a little bit more independence, off-campus housing is definitely something to look into at least. So today I'll be talking about that. So the first thing you do when you're thinking about going off campus is to figure out your budget, because that is going to answer so many questions for you. It's going to answer whether or not you need roommates, it's going to answer whether or not you can have pets, whether or not you get to have that 3-bedroom apartment you've always been dreaming of, whether or not you can afford an apartment or a house. So figuring out your budget is very, very important. And this is just a very basic diagram. So the rule of thumb is like 35% of your income should be towards housing. That's just a rule of thumb. Next, I'm going to talk to you about BSU Rentals, which is the realtors that I went through, realtor service that I went through. This is by no means the only one. There are so many more to choose from. This is just the one that I have the most experience with. So the first thing you want to do is either call them or email them. And this is when they will ask you questions about how much you can look for in rent, how many bedrooms, if you need any amenities, if you have any pets, and this is the time to really be honest, and not just with them but also with yourself, because you don't want to get in a situation where you thought you could pay this much every month and you really can't. So it's very important to be transparent during this discussion, because you don't want them showing you houses that you can't afford or that you don't like. So it's very important, to be honest. So next was my personal favorite part of this whole thing, which was the touring day. I loved looking at houses. So just like a little breakdown of what's going to happen this day is you are going to show up at their office, and one of their agents are going to get in a car. I don't know if you can see this little picture that I have right here of a car following a car. So this is going to be the agent, and this is going to be you in that second car, and you're just going to follow them to each individual location, and once you're there, they're going to be able to answer any questions that you have about that property. So if you have questions, that would be the time to ask. This step is also very important, because online things can look bigger or they can look smaller, and so it's really important to go there in person and really get a feel for the neighborhood and how close it is to the school, how close it is to work. So that is also very important. And yeah, that's how to find off-campus housing.